All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
This man he is a multi-millionaire now. Do you understand what that means to be a multi-millionaire?
No, what does that mean?
It means he's got more than $1 million.
More?
And he's tired. He wants to step up. He's done with the Ford Focus lifestyle.
Wait, before we get into this, one quick question. Dan's right, kind of. Earlier you asked me about the roads here. Mm-hmm. Is that Focus RS, is that an unusually low ride, or is any like your GT3 or anything like this going to ride about as low? Because I that shit up so much. In California, oh my God.
The front part, the lip or whatever?
Yeah, I had parts from my intercooler missing when I went to get this thing, the bottom Is that normal? Is every car going to be about that low, or is this car like unusually low?
No, this car isn't unusually low. I think every sports car is going to be fairly low.
Okay, but the RS is probably like, I'm not going to get any lower than that, right?
Generally? No, I mean they're not super low, those cars.
Okay, never mind.
They're not. They're like.
What about and then the second question is turning radius, is that normal in all of these really nice cars?
So yeah, I mean you can get.
Is it low? Or sorry,
incredibly low.
Really?
Like like.
Dude, you remember the old cars that had 4-wheel steering? Why do they not do that more often?
The GT3 has all-wheel steering. Has 4-wheel steering.
That's fucking sick.
The turning radius is pretty good in that.
Yeah.
Like you can speed like parallel park, like move your thing and it'll go woo.
It's not going to crab, but it does like 3 degrees. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit.
The back wheels, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So it turns against when you're like parking, but then when you're
on the highway going fast.
On the highway, it goes to the other. Yeah, it's really cool. It's
the Prelude, I think, was the first car that had that.
The Prelude did have that.
Not the first. You're about the fucking Mad Dog, man.
Oh no, I don't know what the first car is. I mean, sure, the Prelude was the first car with that. Yeah. No, it's a lot of these cars are interesting.
Let's go through it. These are the picks. I don't think we're missing anything in here that you liked, right?
Owned a few of these. What? Yeah.
Is there anything in here, or is there anything not in this list that you were considering, Steve? I know that some of these
I think there was like a Lexus L300, or what was it?
The
LC 500.
Or the LC 500, something like that.
So imagine that's on the list, all right?
Okay.
He's rich. He can afford any of them, but he doesn't want to blow money for no fucking reason.
Exactly.
How do you feel about these options here? First off, as you look through them, as an owner of many of these cars, what's your gut instinct? Just take us down the list and know that the number one thing is it has to be a manual transmission.
Has to be a manual. So, okay.
Has to be.
So first off, before I do anything with the list, what do you like about driving? Like what's important to
you? Steering is important.
Steering feel?
I like to be able to turn fast. I need to be glued to the fucking road.
Okay. So when you mean turn fast, do you mean like twitchy? Or like you want to be like little inputs mean like you actually do it like
I want to be able to turn at a stoplight at 45, 50 miles an hour without losing control of my car.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So grip.
Yeah.
So,
grip on the road.
Yeah. So grip on the road. Okay. That's fine. So what I
like to go fast in a straight line if possible. Mm-hmm. I want my wheels to stay on the ground. I don't need to hear any fucking squealing or whatever bullshit.
And he wants to look unique. He's really not liking the idea.
Nothing here is going to be unique in Miami. There's nothing here that's going to be unique.
Ooh, I don't know about that. The V12 Vantage, you don't see those. R8 V10s, you don't see many of those.
Yeah, but they're not like R8 V10 is just a Huracan.
I don't think you see R8s here at all, actually.
Okay, I mean,
do you see them often?
I have one, but it's okay.
Okay, that's not a good sign.
I mean, I'm like, do you see them? I'm like, I see it every day. Like, yeah.
Okay, all right, fine.
But yeah, I mean,
and I might as I get older. Mm-hmm. I think I actually finally want to get a car with like some actual luxury features. If you're familiar with the RS, that car is like that's like a 2006 featured car.
It is.
Like there's no beeps when you go to switch lanes. There's no other fucking cameras or anything. Like that's like a strip the fuck down car.
Okay, so basically you want a car that does everything.
Okay.
So like
hold on.
Yeah.
That was simplified.
So you want
excuse me.
Because you want a car that's sporty
and everything and nobody else has it.
You want to just like wrench the wheel at 45, and then you also want it to massage your ass.
Let me talk through some of these, and I'll give you my opinion. Okay. And then some things I've heard from other people, okay? I haven't driven any of these yet because I'm going to fuck my mind if I do, okay? So I have a friend, you might know him on Twitch, Jake and Bake.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know him, or are you just saying okay to...
I'm just saying okay to be nice.
That's fine. Don't worry about it, okay? Yeah. He's very knowledgeable on cars.
Not really.
He doesn't really like your channel that much, but that's okay.
That's okay.
He doesn't know anything.
No, nobody does.
I wish I knew more competitors and I would name them as his favorite channel. But anyway, no. So...
We're all friends. We're not.
He tells me that if you sit inside a GT3 and you drive it on a track, that it was actually similar to what you said. He said that for less than $1 million, you'll never sit in another car that like it's built for driving
Yes.
fun. And it's just like, that's it. That's the end. So I heard that. I like unique cars. You're telling me that you think apparently a lot of people drive Lotuses around Miami. That's a pretty common car.
No. The Lotus Emira, not really. But
Okay.
So the issue with the Lotus, it's a good car. It's a really good car.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is a good car. I haven't driven the Emira, but I've driven the one right before it, which is no, it's the Evora GT.
Oh, okay.
And it's very, very similar in layout and everything. It's I believe that's a V6, the Toyota V6. They're cool. They're interesting. They're good to drive. It's bare bones. It's going to be bare bones.
Like my RS kind of. It's
Yes.
the $100,000 version of that.
It's that. But also, if you spend $100,000 on a Lotus Emira, it will depreciate like a rock. Like you will get, like in 5 years, that's not going to be worth half that.
Sure. I don't really care much about value or anything. But then I guess another issue is that, like, if I got $100,000 and I put it into that Emira, I feel like I'm paying a lot in uniqueness. Because if I were to put the equivalent into, like, even say like one of the newer like Corvettes, am I getting like a better value with the Corvette or?
So Corvette. I mean, it's Florida, so every single boomer has a Corvette.
So this was my issue, and I know that I'm being shallow here, but we're talking about cars, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But my mind fuck was coming home and paying attention more to what was in my garage, and it was like a million of these fucking 911s.
Yes.
I didn't realize until I looked at a picture of one. I was like, oh fuck! Literally half my apartment building has this fucking car.
See that's a problem.
And the bitches can't tell the difference between the fucking $300,000 Porsche and the
I don't care about
$20,000 one.
I don't buy cars for girls. Fuck that.
Yeah,
But
I don't think
You both of you care a lot.
no.
I
But
don't
the
think I've never like if you want dudes, that's you buy cars, because like I've never gotten approached by a woman by any
Really? Be in a Lamborghini down here or a Ferrari, and you'll get approached.
I drove around my McLaren. I've been down here in a Lamborghini. Like nope, nobody cares.
Well, this is a very. I mean, I feel like if you drive around in a McLaren, a Lamborghini, or Ferrari, anywhere besides South Beach, where there's already a billion of them, you will get that attention.
Yeah, but
From
I
guys.
think it depends on where you're at too, because like legitimately, you could drive around in a mid-engine Corvette and turn eyes just because people are like, oh, like whatever, like depending on what you're driving. I mean, like if you go too far out of
I
like major cities,
I hate the ass end of those new Corvettes. I feel like that car is perfect, and then the ass of it makes it look like a fucking Camaro.
Yeah, I mean that's true. But so what I understand what you're saying about the Porsche. Everyone has one. They're not rare, because somebody that buys a Carrera or whatever base model there is, and then if you had a GT3, functionally to anybody they look exactly the same.
Sure.
So I think you have to figure out whether it's important for you to be like, I'm going to get into this thing and it's going to be the end-all be-all of driving, or do I want to look outside and have people go, oh my god, look at that car? Do you want to have a little bit of flash, or like?
It's not so much like I'm not looking to like flex wealth, but like I like a lot of people. Anybody that's driving my class of car knows when I pull up in my RS. It's like,
Sure.
oh shit. Anybody in a Subaru, anybody driving any, yeah, that's cute. I don't know how much that matters. This might not be the most important thing. It's just like a thing in the back of my mind. It's a thing that I'm thinking about.
But of course, I mean, if you're spending $200,000 on a car, like you want it to be nice, like it's
something that hasn't come up, and I feel like I haven't pushed it because I think I already know his answer. So you want unique, fast, cool. There probably are options, but they're not brand new. They're probably
I don't think I want any like older cars.
Like, well, but not even like super old, but like there's probably like one-offs, or like not one-offs, but like they made like 100 special edition SLKs that were manual transmission or something.
Yeah,
Shit
but,
like that.
but you don't want to deal with that. I mean, like, so realistically, I mean, looking at this, I would say there's like a spectrum of like luxury to performance, right?
What's my most performance one?
Porsche
GT3?
992 GT3,
Okay.
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And that is, I mean, in terms of numbers, it's not, but in driving feel. So, I mean, after the show, if you want to go check it out, feel free.
That's what you drove here?
Yeah, I drove my 992 GT3, and it's a manual. And it is the best manual car you can get for under $1 million. It is not even close. Nothing comes close to that. The turn-in, like I just the feel of you holding the wheel, and then you turn it just a little bit, and the car just like it's like telepathic.
Like my Cibo vacuum. I just bought a Cibo
really?
X4 automatic vacuum.
Why are you going on about this
my
fucking vacuum cleaner?
It's so good. Oh, it's down here. You'll try it later. It's an amazing vacuum.
I'd love to try
But
it.
anyway, okay, so go ahead. Okay, so responsive steering. Okay.
So it has 4-wheel steering, so it has a decent turning radius.
Oh, let me pull up a video of 4-wheel. Actually, I'll open a new one here. 4-wheel steering. What's a good example of this? The 3000 GT?
3000 GT would be good. There's a few videos on that.
Well, I think I understand. So like you're driving and the front wheels do this and the back ones do a little to give you better.
Yeah. But they also like they go with front wheels. Yeah, I mean it's. This one might be a little bit like more pronounced. Like on the luxury cars, since they're so long, they have more angle. I think Porsche only does like 3 degrees, but it's still like you can do exactly that. It has there's so much.
You don't know the difference this fucking makes in a parking lot. It feels like the ass of your car is like on rail. It's so weird.
If you drive a car without this and you drive a car with this, it does feel a little bit unsettling. It feels like the back end is kind of sliding out because there is sometimes on some cars there is a little bit of a lag. But on Porsche you can't really tell because they fucking know what they're doing. Okay. The thing I really love about the GT3 is that one, it revs like a motorcycle. Like it is like wow. It revs to 9,000 RPM, and
Ooh, are they naturally aspirated?
Naturally aspirated.
Okay. Is that a good thing to you or a bad thing? Do you like that?
So naturally aspirated, you have tend to have better throttle response. You don't have as much low end torque because turbos can.
I really like one thing I've kind of got a little addicted to because I drove a GTI before this on the RS. I really like the small turbos and I really like the kind of the even torque throughout the whole. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have like a flat torque curve. The GT3 is a 4-liter, so it's a pretty big engine for a 6-cylinder. So when I first got it, when I got this car, I'm like, it's naturally aspirated 6-cylinder. It's probably not going to have that much torque. And then like the way that they map this, it's like it has the torque curve. I'm in 6th. I'm in my highest gear, and I'm doing 50 miles an hour, and I smash it. And I'm like in a few seconds, I'm at like 120. So like it's really good. Like the gearing is damn near perfect.
You're saying it's the perfect car.
That's what Jake said. Jake said that if you said that this car was like built for people that love driving,
absolutely,
and you'll just never sit in anything that's even remotely as good.
Yeah. But if driving is your thing, there's no better car than this.
So what about if you're willing to compromise a little bit? You don't need the world's best driving car. You want something a little bit more unique and maybe a little bit more luxury. Where do you go?
Aston Martin V12 Vantage S. So I wouldn't do the S just because it's very, very hard to find with a 6-speed manual. They have the flappy paddle ones, which is terrible. I had one of these. I bought it for like 69 grand, and
nice.
And it was like fuck yeah. And it was like it was good. I love Aston Martins. It's one of my favorite car brands. But if you get one with a 6-speed manual and a V12, then it's not like a great driving experience. Like it handles well. And
what about the V8? Is that better to get than the
no?
V12?
No, because I have a 2007 V8 Vantage manual.
Yeah.
4.3 liter V8. It just doesn't have enough power. It has about 380 horsepower. You can like bump it up to 400 with like an exhaust and stuff. But my money no object dream car, I got it a few years ago, is a 2009 Aston Martin DBS.
Oh, DBSs are sick.
DBSs are really cool. So and it's a 6-speed manual.
And that's a James Bond car.
It is a James Bond car. I'm not a James Bond fan. I'm not a big fan, but like I love the fucking cars. And I put an exhaust on it that made it sound like an old F1 car. So it's like high pitched.
It didn't come with an exhaust?
Well,
I'm just fucking up.
It did come with an exhaust.
Just straight out of the headers.
What was wrong with the original one? Yeah. But yeah, it's a really awesome place to be. It doesn't have all the.
It's older though. That's the other thing we're forgetting here. Right?
It is older.
An old fucking car. Like when's the last time they made a Vantage with the?
Well, this
manual?
one's going to be a Vantage S is going to be 2015. 2015.
So that's already you've already lost him. I'm guessing that's a 10-year-old car now.
Yeah, but Aston Martin, even back then, they were dated. Like the navigation
so it's
was
like a 15-year-old car.
Yeah, the navigation was from like a Volvo, which was not great.
So what is the option not on this list then?
Okay, you've heard me speak a little bit. If you were a car salesman from anything else, your boss told you have to sell anything besides this 911 GT3. What are you trying to sell me?
This guy wants a unique fucking car. Okay, he's
or
got
maybe
money.
just everything I've
Why?
said.
Okay, so what?
A little bit of luxury.
But like so most people when they see a car they like, they just go, okay, I want to make that car unique. So they do a unique spec on it. Like why?
Like a wrap. with League of Legends on it.
Yes, or something that people would not.
Oh,
Yeah.
sometimes I buy the high flow air filters.
Good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Put some cherry bombs on it. Yeah. No, I mean, like you can have Porsche people are kind of crazy with this. Like they have it's called PTS, paint to sample. So paint to sample just means like you chose the color. So my car is a paint to sample 1 of 2 ultraviolet. I didn't pick the color, and I'm not a Porsche guy. I don't give a shit about any of that. But it's like
Ultraviolet. That sounds fancy.
it's purple. It's just purple. But you can go with like if you were to get, let's say, a GT3, and you can get it painted. So it's a nice paint job, and then why don't you do like just redo the interior in something that
How uncomfortable is this fucking thing?
It can't be less comfortable than that fucking
I just drove it
RS.
for 5 hours. I'm gonna drive it for 5 hours back.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But is it a luxury car?
No, it's a
How is the tech on the inside?
not bad. So it has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. The stereo system's not the best, but it's not the worst. Like a McLaren is terrible. Like every McLaren has the worst stereo system in the world.
Okay.
But this is fine. It has it sounds okay. The backup camera is kind of a joke, but other than that, it's has every feature that you'd want.
Is there any like super high-end exotic Mercedes or Audi or BMW, like their flagship, like for instance, like Toyota had or Lexus had like the LFA, right? As an option. Is there anything like that exists for Mercedes or BMW or Audi that might fit the bill for him?
Well, I mean, an older, if you want to do like an AMG GT Black Series, but that's like 500 grand, and like I don't know if you know what like an AMG GT looks like. It's just,
SL65,
but it's like a really long. It looks kind of like a penis, you know.
Sick. Oh my God!
No, not the SL65. It's
whoa! What the fuck?
I don't
Wait,
know.
hold on. What were we looking at there for a second? Well, I'm still pulling.
Yeah, you should hit the back button. Well, the SL65 is cool, but that's one from 2000.
Look at the ass on that car. I don't know if they make cars that look better than that on the rear.
It's a little hot boy for me. It's
Really?
It's a little much.
This is a V12 supercharger twin turbo.
Twin turbo. Yeah,
That's fucking.
It's the same engine as the one in the 65.
Look at those flares on the side.
Yeah, it's cool. But like if like an AMG GT Black Series,
Would you take this over a new Corvette?
I wouldn't take this at all. This is.
What?
It has a 5-speed automatic transmission. That thing, like
Wait, they didn't make this in a manual?
no.
Can you hot swap a manual on there?
Listen, with money you can do anything. But
What about if you had this with a manual? Then would you take it?
no, not really. It's just
Okay.
it's too much.
All right, fine. What am I looking at? The AMG GT.
AMG GT Black Series. So yeah, that's
fuck is this thing?
that's like a newer car. It'll have modern tech, but it looks like an AMG GT. It's slightly wider, has different bodywork, and it has a flat plane crank V8. So difference between flat plane and cross plane crank is like a traditional Corvette is a cross plane crank, so it's like more burbly, and like a Ferrari is a flat plane crank. So it's kind of like it sounds more exotic, like smoother,
It looks kind of cool. I don't know about the wing on it, but
yeah, I mean it's very boy racer. Like yeah, it does. I mean that's how it comes from the factory. So it's pretty nuts.
what's the horsepower on this thing?
I think like 740.
Jesus, this one's 1,000 horsepower.
Oh, okay. So this one's modified. So do you care about power?
Kinda, but like I feel like I'm stepping up in class so much that I seriously doubt that I would go from an RS to even like an Emira and think, wow, this is really slow. I'm guessing the GT3 is probably going to be like faster than anything I would ever reasonably drive like off of a track, would be my guess. Is that not?
The GT3 is fat. It's not. The GT3 doesn't feel uncontrollable.
Sure.
There are cars that are like, if you get like a McLaren or like a McLaren 720, there are a lot of instances where that car is like way too fast for the street. Like
Sure.
it's really, really fast.
But I imagine going from like my RS to the GT3 is going to be
it's not a big as a jump as you think.
Oh, okay.
So
fuck me, okay.
what's crazy is like when I have my guys when they borrow my cars, they always say that the RS and the GT3 are very similar.
Oh no,
like throttle response and everything like that. It feels like you're going up, and like if you like your RS, if you like the driving dynamics, GT3 is like the 11/10th version of this.
Okay, is the GT3 all-wheel drive or?
No, rear-wheel drive.
Okay,
The
is that going to matter
turbos
much?
are though, right?
911 turbos are all-wheel drive. Yes.
What do you think about a 911 turbo as opposed to the GT3?
They are
way more luxury, right?
They are more luxury. They're a lot faster. Like they are supercar fast. Like you could do 0 to 60 in 2.7
Wait,
seconds.
why the GT3 over the turbo then?
Because it's a better driving car.
The GT3 is?
It's like track shit.
Yeah. So GT3 you have more. It's like the turbo is more nerfed. Like in terms of like it's actually faster, but you have less. Like the steering feel is similar, but I don't think they're available in manual.
They used to be, right? When was last year?
I don't know. But I know that the PDK is good, but a manual is. I think the GT3 with the throttle response of a naturally aspirated engine is better, and it sounds like the turbos.
2012. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, the turbos, they sound like vacuum cleaners. I know you like vacuum cleaners, but I don't know if you want to drive one.
Okay. How about if you were to make a recommendation, and this kind of hurts. Oftentimes I'm driving around more than one other person. The GT3 is two front seats, right? Or
just two. Yeah.
We need back seats.
Anything for back seats?
Three bitches.
Okay, so you need back seats. So there goes the R8, the Aston Martin V12 thing.
I understand.
Yeah,
they're gone. Okay.
Like,
what's left?
Is there anything on that list that had 4 seats?
No.
In it?
Wait, DBS, but it's older.
No, DBS does.
Is there any newer Astons that have 4 seats? We're talking Grand Tourer now.
Okay, so if you're talking about Grand Tour, then maybe. Do you like the new Aston Martins?
I don't care about Aston Martin at all. They sound like they look like things like that. Look like grandpa
they're just
cars to
Mercedes.
me.
They're just Mercedes.
Okay, so what's the best Grand Tourer that's a manual?
That's a manual. And it has to have 4 seats.
I'm just saying. Because otherwise I would just get a GT3, right?
Yeah. Does it need to fit 4 adults in it?
No, they can suffer for like a half hour.
No, it can be like the Mustang back seats or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like you're like
something
this.
like that.
You're curled up.
Yeah, that's okay. It doesn't have to be a fucking full, like a Lincoln Town car.
Yeah.
Fucking.
See that's hard. So it's like I would say like a Maserati Gran Turismo would be good, but they don't make them in manual.
Do you think really wanting to drive a manual is stupid?
I don't. I would never buy the next car I get. Has to be. It's too much fun.
Well, how much driving do you do?
Honestly, right now, not as much.
I don't either. That's why it has to be.
Yeah. So it's fine. I mean, if it's a novelty, then do whatever. I think you, instead of compromising on every little thing, why don't you just is it possible to get 2 cars?
Yeah, I mean, I could just keep my RS.
Because what I would say is, if you kept your RS, which isn't costing you anything, and it's it's cheap on fuel, and it's like it's a known quantity.
It's not cheap on fuel, but what is a G? Those things get like 20 miles per gallon. It's pretty stupid.
It's not. I mean, it's not terrible.
Sure, well, in the class compared to I think all the other cars.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I think you're fucking the R32 or whatever. I think was like, because it's Volkswagen, it was like 35 miles per gallon even on the. I might be exaggerating.
Yeah.
What is the gas mileage like on the GT3?
It's a good question. I think it's probably in the 20s somewhere.
Fuck off! It's in the 20s.
I think it might be in the 20s. It has a gigantic tank though. Like it's like 25 or 26 gallons.
No, I would say 15.
15 for no.
I think on cars like these,
it's a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder and it's light.
Yeah, and there's probably a huge range of like
15 miles per gallon. Oh my God. Well, step the fuck down.
Like on my
no, hold on.
What?
In real world conditions, the GT3 can get between 22 and 25 miles per gallon in town.
Because I was going to say, with my
AI, we don't care about
that. With my RS,
that's bullshit.
With my RS, I can get anywhere from 15 to like 29 miles per gallon. I think I had the most. Like if I'm like highway driving like a grandpa, and we're just like sitting here in overdrive, like just
this
whatever.
Is some fucking quad shit. If you're
not in boost, it can.
Yeah.
My McLaren actually from Miami back got 30 miles to the gallon.
Sure.
Which is fucking nuts.
I had a G-Wagon. I could pretty much get 8 most of the time.
Dude, my S65, you can if you floor it, you can see the gas gauge going down. It's
no, it's not. It's like that car is unbelievably.
It's so bad on gas.
the Mercedes V12 twin turbos are
Yes.
like, I think you actually, if you drive it hard, you can get like 3 or 4 miles per gallon.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, without a doubt.
That's like very rare to get a car that gets 4 miles per gallon driving it
But
if you're
it's-
doing a little aggressively.
what I was saying is if you wanted, I mean, if you got a GT3 and an S class, like that would be probably the best 2 cars you can get for luxury and performance.
How much does the S class cost?
I mean,
You know what's sick actually is the S-Class coupes.
the S class coupes are nice.
S65 V12 coupe or
I wouldn't do the V12. I would probably do the S63.
the S63 coupe.
S63 is it's a V8 and it's all-wheel drive.
Why do you not like the V12?
I do like the V12. I've driven it daily, but I'm saying for somebody like you, because you like all-wheel drive, it feels a little bit more like responsive. It doesn't.
If I was getting like a car like a GT3 plus another car with 4 seats, that 4-seat car is going to be like a 2007 Honda Civic. I don't need like a.
Okay.
Then just keep your fucking Ford Focus.
Yeah, I'd rather just keep my Focus.
You're good. Well, I mean, one thing, my daily driver that I've been driving on a lot is a 2021 Charger Hellcat Red Eye.
Don't those cars get stolen like constantly, like every day?
Not where I live.
No.
No. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure at somewhere. But I love that car because it's basically a rental car that they put 800 horsepower in. And it's every time I let somebody drive it, they just have fucking shit-eating grin. It's wonderful.
What's the difference between that, the Hellcat, and I know there's like a few there's like a Demon one or something, right?
Yeah. So mine is the Red Eye, so the regular Hellcat is like 707 horsepower. Mine is 797.
Yeah.
And then they did the Demon, which was like it's a Challenger Demon, was like 840 or something. And then they have the new Demon 170, which is like 1,000 or whatever. It like lifts the front wheels off the ground. Like it's
Really?
It's stupid. But I mean that's what Dodge does. They're like, why don't we just put more horsepower into this aging platform?
Why'd they get rid of the fuck was the name of that car they had for a while? Their flagship 2-door long.
Well, Challenger.
No, not the Challenger. Back in the. Why can't I think of the name of this fucking car right now? It was like their Corvette,
The Viper.
the Viper.
I don't think they were selling very well. Also, I don't know if you ever driven a Viper. They drive like shit. They drive like absolute like
I heard that they fucking leak and they're like put together like garbage.
Yeah, I mean they're basically kit cars. Like they're terrible. The Gen 5, the newest Viper is really cool. Actually, that wouldn't be
Fuck off.
Like no, a Gen 5 Viper is not bad. All the ones before it.
Wait, hold on. That looks actually.
Yeah, it's. I don't see many of those, and they're.
Wait, hold on.
They're
That
fast.
looks.
It's manual.
Hold on. This actually looks kind of fucking sick.
Oh yeah, they're
Wait, Steve.
they're super sick.
That looks fucking. This thing looks ridiculous,
But it is a massive car. It's a big car.
dude. That is these things.
Yeah, it's a big car. The turning radius isn't great, but like it's a cool thing for
You
sure.
pull up on this, motherfuckers know.
Destiny's here.
Omni Liberal Industries is pulling up.
Omni.
You remember when fucking Doc pulled up to TwitchCon in this fucking cringe ass fucking Lamborghini that he rented for the day?
No, I
This would
don't,
be
but
you.
Nice.
Okay?
Do you guys have a lot of people renting cars around here?
That is.
Only brokey red pill guys that are trying to convince people they're rich. Yeah.
Okay.
People would rent cars, rent Lambos to drive up to do podcasts. It was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
There are people that do it though.
One of my friends has a exotic car rental business in Las Vegas, and like the stories that he has is like all these cars they get ragged on, and like the crashes that you see from people that are just like, hey baby, watch this, and they just fucking sail straight into.
What are the new Ferraris that he can actually buy?
They're all like 300 and up. So I mean a 296 GTB.
One thing I was going to suggest, but I didn't think it would be. It's like too much work for him to do it. Is to get what's the 430 with a manual or something along those lines, like a manual converted. What's the one after the 430? It's the 458.
458.
A 458 manual. I thought would be like the sick.
So
sick
there's only
car.
I one completed.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I have so my 430 manual came back to my shop today from SEMA. I have a 430 Scuderia that we converted to manual. It doesn't drive as good as the GT3. It just doesn't.
Really?
Yeah. It feels more loose. Like it's very kind of Italian. So like when you press the throttle, like there's a lot of torque. The back end will slide out a little bit. It feels a little bit more uncontrollable, even though the horsepower is basically the same. GT3 has a little bit less torque.
What about a I hate that I'm saying this, but we do see a fuck ton of 911s here. You know what you don't see a lot of for some reason is GTRs. Are they not good cars?
They're
Classic YouTuber car.
yeah, they're good. I mean, the classic YouTuber, like you have the GTR, and then you have like the
R8 was a big one for a while.
Oh yeah, not manual.
Huracan, yeah,
not manual. Fuck the not manual thing. I think is gonna fuck you more and more and more and more because like no new cars.
Well, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's fucking me at all. It sounds like the RX-3 is the obvious choice.
Yeah, I mean,
what about there's a
Or the GT3 or whatever.
Yeah.
there's a the GT2, right? No.
so
Is there a GT4?
there's the GT4 is a Cayman.
The GT2 is better than the GT3, but it's insanely expensive.
It's
I think.
I wouldn't say better. It's a lot faster. So a GT2 is it's basically the turbo, but rear-wheel drive, more like GT3-ish feel, but it's 750 horsepower.
Wait, is GT3 front-wheel drive?
No, rear-wheel drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the turbo is all-wheel drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the GT2 is the turbo version. It's basically like a turbo version of a GT3. It's like kind of like a racy turbo, and those are manual. But I think they're like 300 something grand.
But that's like the sickest.
It's cool.
And nobody has them.
No, nobody has it. But if you're worried about smashing your bumper on stuff, it's like. Everything on that front end is carbon fiber and.
Hold on, let's pull this up so Steve knows what he's dealing with here. Current generation, right?
Well, it would be a 991 GT2 RS.
Oh, sorry, 991.
991 GT2, because I don't think they made a 992 GT2 yet.
Why do they have a 911 and a 991? That's so cringe.
So 991 is this is just the chassis code. They're all Porsche 911s.
Okay.
So you have the original 911.
Oh yeah, because it's like a 911, 992.
Yeah. So the 992 is the. It's stupid alphabet soup shit, but it goes from like 2019 to like 2024. But then they like do a split year where it's like a 992.2. So that's like the facelift. So they have a 991, 991.2. The one before this was actually the 997, and then you go to 996, and then 993. It's
Okay.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Are they all the RS? Like, did they stop making these?
GT2 RS, yeah.
So when did they stop making these?
Probably 2019, something like that.
Okay, so is there no modern thing he can go walk into a dealership and get?
These are hard to find. They're very hard to find.
So you got to buy these secondhand.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's no new one. I mean, they might be coming out with a new one, but like
you're going to be on a waiting list.
Trying to get a new Porsche is like you have to buy 5 Porsches before that, and you have to, especially something like this, to get an allocation, and it's going to be $200,000 on top of whatever the price is.
Jesus. Wait, if I want a GT3?
If you wanted a brand new GT3, it's not going to be 200 grand over. But I think it's probably going to be like 50 over or something like that.
So if I wanted a brand new GT3, what would I be looking to spend from a dealership?
If you can get an allocation, like between 220 and 250.
You know, they fuck you on options. Porsche is this one company that I've never seen anyone do anything like this. If you ever go to the Porsche website and you start building it, these motherfuckers are like, what color do you want the clock? Oh, you want it black? Yep. That's an extra $1,000.
Yeah, leather.
Every fucking option on that car is customizable, and each time it's like $1,000.
Yeah, you can fuck this car up real good. Yeah.
Everything is an option.
Yeah. I mean, so Porsche are really good at, realistically, just really good at making cars. I think for what you want, GT3 is the answer. If you want to make it a little bit more unique, do some paint work, do some interior work. Just make it.
Does Porsche do that in house, or would I go somewhere else for that?
No, I'll go somewhere else. Like there's plenty of places that would like. I mean, we're in Miami, so like there's only a few places that do it well. But
because I want it to look, I would want it to look like stock nice, not like it's some aftermarket crazy.
Yeah. I mean that's what I want for all my cars. I don't want anything like super crazy. Like I want it to look like it sort of came out of the factory. Like
here's one more thing. What's the hit he takes of buying something with 20K miles versus trying to get one brand new?
On a Porsche, nothing.
There's no hit.
No, they don't. The depreciation is basically nothing on a Porsche, especially GT3.
Wow.
Yeah, they have. So I say this, but because of the market, they have gone down a little bit. but not as much as other cars in the segment. So a GT3 is always like a good. If let's just say 3 months down the line, you're like, I don't like this car. It's fucking bumpy and like I don't like it. Like you'll get all your money back like out of it. Like
Minus taxes.
I mean, what you guys pay taxes? That's
On
crazy.
buying a car?
You guys live in Florida and you pay taxes? That's insane. So,
Don't you live in Florida?
yes.
What are the taxes on buying a car?
No, it's just regular
Sales tax.
regular sales tax.
5%.
Yeah.
Or something. More than that. I mean, you know, it's
Wasn't it six and a half or something?
okay. Well, I mean, still, you're like almost at 20K in taxes. With everything all in, probably?
5%, 400K on it. Damn.
Yeah, but realistically, it's I would get something that's pre-owned, not a ton of miles on it, and then it's been has a warranty by Porsche.
What's the point of it? If you just said it doesn't lose much value, what would be the point of getting a pre-owned?
Availability. You
don't think he's going to be able to buy a new one?
No.
Oh, okay. There
Why
you go.
not?
Because you're not fucking cool enough.
I am cool though.
There's no.
because-
You're gonna walk in there and then be like, "I'm sorry. Have you bought 16 Caymans before?"
I wouldn't walk in there. I would say, "Hey, any of my fans here work at Porsche?" And the fucking CEO's son would be like, "Oh my God, Destiny, the Zerg player."
No, they'd be like,
Let me go
"Destiny,
ahead
the
and-
famous
let me
racist.
connect you."
Keep him
Sure.
away
I mean,
from my car."
you could certainly do that.
Okay,
What do
if
you think
anybody
you got?
works at a Porsche dealership in Florida or has some connects, okay, shoot me an email.
What's the odds that
Serious-
he can make this happen
I mean,
with a Connect like that, or is it already?
No, with a Connect, you could probably do it, but they're still going to ask for money over. They're still going to be like, we want $50,000 or $75,000 over.
I'll plug them on stream.
Yeah.
Good.
Put your link in bio.
Man, you guys doing well. That's one link in bio, 50 grand. It's like holy shit.
Why don't they just make more?
They are making as many as they can. So they control the supply, and they are very good. Like they know people are going to grab whatever new Porsche there is. So I guess that it's just they control the market on that.
Apparently, there's car
But
selection.
Ferrari does the same thing.
Okay. Help Destiny choose a car. Click. Okay. Oh wow. There's more options that we didn't think about here. Okay, go through this quick and tell us.
That one's not a manual. That was an EV. Cadillac CT5V Blackwing.
Just see if anything sticks out to you here.
It's
Going through.
okay. Not manual. I mean, the Z06 would probably be the closest thing to the GT3, but it's the dual clutch gearbox, which is very good on that car. It does look like a regular C8 Corvette. But it's just a little bit wider, and it makes it sound like a Ferrari. So it sounds great, and it has a shit ton of power.
On that GT3, is it going to feel significantly different handling if it's rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive that I'm used to on my RS, or?
No, because the grip is realistically going to be the same.
Okay.
I've never had. I mean, their traction control system is fantastic, and the tires in the back are gigantic. So you have like a lot of mechanical grip.
Okay.
But also like they're again, we can go down and you can drive it if you want. I don't care.
Okay.
You have
and then how
insurance.
wide would you stance this car?
So this car actually went down to Champion Porsche, and they did what's called a Manti Racing alignment. So Manti Racing is like their in-house, like it's like an AMG
Sure.
like tuning house. So they give it like this track alignment. So it make it like a little bit more pliable for track. Like it's a little more darty, but it is cambered a little bit. It's not like stance boy or anything, but it's like just a little bit.
Stance boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be a stance boy.
Yeah.
Oh, all stance is so hard.
Fuck yeah.
Do they have yet automated stance retraction and whatnot? Have they the technology to create this system?
Well, I mean, yeah, you have airbags, and airbags you just change the geometry, and then the car will camber
So, but
out.
you can go and you can change your stance.
Usually when you change the angle on a car, if you lower the car all the way down, the wheel will naturally do this.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's at a 45-degree angle, I don't think you're ever gonna
See,
change that.
that's the money. That's a startup right there.
Wow.
The first Stance Boy. That's the name of your company.
There you go.
Stance Boy Company
Sweet.
Limited,
Okay.
Incorporated.
Okay.
And it makes it so that your car can go like this to like this when you're
At a
parking.
stoplight.
At a stoplight. Just boom. Fucking, you know what? Wheels all the way down on the down the ground.
I feel like you and Elon Musk
Completely.
are the same person.
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel like you're just in front of a bunch of people and just.
In that
yeah.
case, we're 2 years out from Stance Boy being on the market.
Can't
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
I'm going to put a Stance Boy on my Tesla.
Okay, Honda Civic Type R is a good one, but it's front wheel drive. Doesn't drive like a front wheel drive car, Like it has a lot of grip. It doesn't have torque steer or anything. I like that, but it's Ford Focus RS is probably better in terms of that. You didn't like the GT CLA 45. That's super small. SL63 I wouldn't do. GTR is pretty big and heavy, and it's kind of played out. Nothing here is really interesting. MC20 is fucking dope though.
Really?
Yeah, MC20
Did
is
you look
awesome.
at that before?
But it's a V6 and it's dual clutch. But
What does dual clutch mean?
like
so-
automatic, basically.
yeah, it's an automatic, but a dual clutch is a way to.
Whoa, hold on. This car.
MC20 is dope. It's fucking dope.
Wait, this car looks sick.
Yeah.
What does this go for?
They went down into the hundreds. They just came out, so it's a Maserati. So it just
Bro, that looks fucking awesome.
it's really cool. Yeah, and it's I mean it's a V6. I think it's a V6 twin turbo, I believe.
It's got vertical doors.
it has fucking
does.
gull wing doors.
Yeah,
big
and
deal.
yeah, nobody's gonna have that. Yeah.
You could take the roof off?
In the Cielo, yeah. The Cielo is the convertible one, but the regular one you can't. But
T-tops. That's what they called it back in my day.
T-tops.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Oh wait, so what does a dual clutch do?
so dual clutch is it's a type of transmission where with in a manual transmission you have a single clutch. It's just a single clutch that disengages the transmission. With a dual clutch, there are like two sets of gears, and they're always engaging like one set and another set. So let's say
Oh,
you're
so
in
basically
second.
just less lag when you're going.
Yes. So when you go to hit the paddle, it automatically engages because it's already been engaged and just kind of like moves down the set.
Gotcha.
Versus like one
It's
one set of
infinitely
gear.
faster than a manual.
It's
Well, I think
much
even an
faster.
ordinary automatic is faster than a.
and it's also you don't have to replace clutches like you do on a single clutch. Like a Lamborghini Aventador, it has a single clutch gearbox, and it's really kind of jerky, and you will after a certain amount of time have to replace the physical clutch because
Yeah.
it'll wear down. In a dual clutch, you can do like the PDK, which is the Porsche dual clutch. You can do launches all day on that car and it'll be totally fine.
I'm going to be honest, Steve. Even though this isn't a manual, I think this is like my favorite car so far.
It looks cool.
This car looks fucking like
It's a very nice looking car.
this. How much is this?
So that one's 270. You can get them for, if it's not a convertible one, they're in the hundreds already.
When you say in the hundreds, like 100 to 200,000 or 100 to 900,000?
100 to 200,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you were
Yeah, it's a big range.
Yeah, I don't even mean like hundreds of thousands.
if you were going to get a car and you also owned a Ford Focus RS that you weren't going to get rid of,
Yeah.
would you get a GT3 or would you get this?
GT3. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you remember you have the Ford Focus RS also.
Yeah, but the GT3 is just, it's so like,
It doesn't look this cool though.
so I look at the GT3. I was not a big fan of the way the GT3 looked in the front, but it has definitely grown on me. Like,
Doesn't matter. People are just going to see the back. So.
yeah.
There you go. It does have a really nice back.
That's good.
really nice.
They
back.
all Porsches look the same.
They absolutely don't.
To women. They do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could tell the difference between the current generation Porsche GT2, GT3. Like you could show me $800,000 GT2 and I wouldn't know.
No, but nobody knows.
Yeah.
They're so hard to differentiate. I mean that's a branding, right? I mean ever since the 60s they made essentially the same car. So it's
Can you? Actually, I don't even think I could tell the difference between a 911 Turbo or a regular one if it didn't have the badge.
So the turbo is
little bit
wider.
wider, yeah.
It has a scoops in the rear quarter panels. So just a little bit wider. It's that's basically it.
This car though looks fucking insane.
It looks great. Have you ever seen this around here?
I have never seen this car here.
Yeah. So
Can you actually get this though? Here?
it's a Maserati. Yeah. They'll give it to you with fucking $50,000 on the hood. Like they are not selling. So they're not bad cars. They're just Maseratis, and they ask too much money for them.
What do you think, Steve?
Obviously, the GT3.
Look at that blue though. That's your blue.
That's
kind of your blue.
That's
Right. Oh wait,
close
hold
to my
on.
blue.
What's your color?
Right here.
Click
Click.
that obnoxious shit.
I know that's not the right one. Where's the Laguna blue? That's the real name of the blue of your fucking shitters cars. This is not Laguna blue.
Well, it's Ford nitrous blue. Okay.
What about? No, he would never do it. I was gonna say, what about like the fucking Doug DeMuro, like a Ford GT or something like that? That's a unique car.
That wouldn't be too bad, but it's too old. I mean, it's a 2005. So
What is
Look
the
at that fucking shit.
the
Bro.
upkeep on the Porsches? Is this like some stupid like my oil change is like $700 or like?
no, I just did an oil change this morning. It was
He does it every week.
I do it every week. No, the filters are a little expensive. If you go to the dealership, they'll
What does that mean?
They'll charge you a bit more. So the oil filters on a regular car are probably $20-$30 on a GT3. It was like $60.
Oh, okay.
And the oil it doesn't use anything special.
Synthetic oil or?
Yeah. But I think an oil change from a dealership would probably be $200.
Okay.
Something like that. It's not. No, it's not. So you're going to need to do. Oh, one good thing about Porsche is that depending on what you get, if you have a pre-owned, certified, whatever, they will likely include maintenance with that.
He's gonna get a new car if he gets it, right? You won't. There's no chance you buy a used car.
I think I want a new one.
So the new GT3 just came out.
There you go.
There's a 992.2 GT3 that just.
What's new about it?
It's exactly the same as the old one. Has a slightly different bumper, but it has the gear ratio is like 15% shorter. So it's like better.
Oh yeah, the gear ratio was a little like 15% too long, I think, on the last one. So
Yeah. Like it was right at that. Yeah. 16 is
could
too
tell
much,
on the
but the
test
15
drive.
is exactly. Yeah. But I think that's all. Yeah, that's all it was.
So that's it then. Just the GT3.
Yeah. I mean, you can look at 992.2 GT3. It looks identical to the last one.
992.2.
It's 40 grand more. So
jeez.
yeah.
Wait.
Well, but is there a chance I could find it easier though?
No. I mean, again, if anybody in the audience, has a Connect, there you go.
I know one of you guys are out there. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want the Democrats to win next season, guys, I had to show
This
up
car
one of these.
costs how much?
You're never gonna get one now.
Why?
How much?
Oh,
How much is this again?
said-
What's the best case scenario he's paying for this?
$250,
Yeah, about that.
That's the best case scenario.
I think probably.
What's
yeah.
realistic?
300-ish.
No, I don't think you're paying 300. I mean, right now with prices kind of lower, I think 250 to 275 if you can get one. But who knows? Maybe somebody is like, hey, I'm a giant Destiny fan and I'm going to give it to you for MSRP. So there you go.
If you go to a dealership and you want to buy it cash or whatever, is this like a better thing, or do they not give a fuck about stuff like that? Or
No, it doesn't matter to them.
They don't care.
They actually
Prefer financing.
They prefer financing because they get kickbacks on.
are they?
stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Also, if you're getting it right from there, it means you're not customizing at all. Like a lot of you can't.
No, you could.
But then you have to wait how long?
Wait, can I get this painted? Wait, this is really boring. I don't like this white color. Get this off the screen. I'm having a bad trip right now.
You want green?
That looks a little bit better. I don't know if I like the way this looks though.
Yeah, it looks like shit.
So-
I'm telling you,
so
they all
that-
look
You know,
like
the
Porsches.
back of this,
So
the
that's
back
the
of this
tor-
car reminds me of guys that have necks that are just like a straight line from the
Yes.
farthest point of their head down. To
Yeah,
the
so
back.
that's the Touring. I don't like the Touring. The Touring doesn't have the
that
wing.
looks. I don't know what that is, but that looks cuter.
Yeah, so that's I don't know. That's DeviantArt. I don't know. Is that AI? What the fuck that
Okay,
is?
listen, I'm clicking, I'm looking.
Oh.
Why is this guy driving his car in the snow?
Because he likes to drive. He's like Destiny. He likes to drive his cars in all weather.
I mean, that's like a.
So that's the Touring and doesn't. I don't like the GT3 without the wing. It looks like a dog taking.
So this
shit.
is
Yeah,
this is
Loki's wager, motherfucker.
Yeah.
no, that's the Touring also. This is it. This is your color.
That is my color.
That's what you're looking at?
Yeah, so that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
It's better,
Is that the 250K that you're looking for?
I guess.
But I mean, that's exactly what my car looks like, except it's purple.
What could
So.
if you had 250K and you wanted to catch as many eyeballs as possible and you didn't care about anything else?
Lamborghini Murcielago.
The old school one.
Yeah.
That's going to catch more eyeballs
100%.
than even a new Lambo?
Yes. Yes.
A Murcielago? That car came out in like what, 2006?
2002 to 2010. Yeah.
You're joking with me.
Yeah, Murcielago. Yeah.
You think this car is going to catch more eyes than anything else he can get?
Yes, 100%.
Why?
For 250, you're not buying. What are you buying? You're getting like a Huracan for 250. So this is way better than the Huracan. The doors go up. It's a V12. It sounds insane. It's one of the best. Like this is the best driving, like the best novel driving experience you can get for under $1 million. It's not a better driving car than the GT3, but this with a manual is like holy shit. It's fucking crazy. But you're not getting a manual for 250.
How much is a manual in this car?
Now 500, six.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Some of them go for $1 million. Yeah.
But what about if you buy one and then put in your own manual?
I mean, I don't know how you're gonna do that, but like, okay,
Well, can't you not like just do that?
no. Because I mean, the parts are real. There is one person that is developing a manual for it, but it's not really.
Okay. All right. So you're basically saying there's no like bolt-on adapter.
There's no bolt-on yet. I'm sure that there will be in the future, but like it's honestly, this is one of my favorite cars of all time. I fucking love this. I have a shitty version of this in my at my shop, but like.
This is going to have zero tech for you, Steve. They'll be surprised if this thing has a fucking CD player.
No.
V12s just don't feel the same after driving. I prefer the inline V12.
Dude, V12s sound fucking sick.
Inline V12. I like that.
Like, hold on. Let me see if I can pull up S65 V12 exhaust. you can't. The new one, these things sound.
They don't sound like anything. They sound warbly.
Hold on.
Auto vlog.
Downstromy, which is all.
Shut up.
It's just gonna be low and guttural.
Unlike it was on the. Oh, you hear the turbos?
No, I can't because your audio fucking sucks.
What's the name of the? Is it the Lamborghini engine that has the really distinct?
What you mean, like the high pitched one?
There's the only reason I know this sounds like is there's a guy that does a really good impression of it online.
Is it Mr. Car Sounds?
I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah.
But there is a. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's a type of engine. Is it a Lambo? Is it a V10? I don't know.
He's talking about the fucking dipshits around here, and you go around, and it sounds like a fucking F1 car.
No. It's there's an engine, and it's like you hear it. It's like, but now I feel like
that fucking shit.
Well, okay, so
somebody's saying LFA. Type LFA.
Oh yeah, so LFA sounds like an F1 car, yeah, for sure. Lexus LFA.
Yeah, that's what I said.
If you're thinking about, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, you're talking about is. Lamborghini Aventador with a can't remember the name, the Gentani exhaust.
Oh yeah, these fucking obnoxious fuckers. Yeah, I'm trying to sleep.
That thing. Yeah, the meme.
It sounds great.
How much is the LFA right now?
700, 800. Nürburgring edition is like 1.4.
What's another car that sounds like this?
Lamborghini Aventador. Just look up Aventador with Gentani exhaust. Gintani.
Wow, that's a first result. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. This could be you, Steve. How much is this?
I mean that's an SVJ, so that's a lot of money. But
Assume it's not the SVJ. How much is this?
You can get like an Aventador for like 250, 300.
Hold up. Okay.
Yeah.
250, 300.
Yeah. But they're not manual.
Oh my God.
Right, it's got fire.
You're gonna be red pill as fuck, boy.
Imagine showing up to the intro of this thing.
You just need your Instagram handle right there, like a sick rap.
There also is realistically a car that would have like enough horsepower that I would kill myself in it. So
1,000%. But like it's also a very Miami car. Like I've seen a lot of these.
sure.
Look at that's
cool
one right there.
Yeah, they're cool cars.
Ugh.
These people are fucking
God, I
losers.
hate those fucking losers.
Actual fucking losers.
I'm trying to sleep and I hear
Get
these
your
fuckers.
phone out, bro. Oh.
God, they're the worst.
Anyway, you should buy that car.
That one or the GT3?
I mean,
But the 911 992.2 GT3, the new one that just came out.
I mean, I would just do the 991 point.
Why would I get the older one?
Save $100,000. Save $100,000.
what?
It's the same fucking driving experience.
Oh, for a brand new 100 grand saved?
Yeah, over
Oh.
brand new. It's like
All right, let's go.
You get one
Wait,
that's
what would I
2
get
years
the-
old.
Hold on, we're going
That's
to
not
Auto
brand
Trader.
new. That doesn't sound brand new.
It's 2 years old and it doesn't have any miles on it.
What does that mean? Any miles on it? Like it'll have 10,000 miles on it? Because that's miles.
All right.
See, yeah, you lied. You said you're
you know-
lying.
you know-
It's okay.
you
You're
know-
cool. You're lying.
I understand that somebody farted in the seats. I get that, but like,
It's all right. You
What
not
are we
the,
looking for
listen.
here?
Tulsi Gabbard is the DNI today, so you wouldn't be the first Russian to
911.
ruin my fucking.
Search.
this is disinformation right now. I am doing a disinformation
Okay.
campaign.
Trim. We're looking for which one here? The
Look how many fucking trims there are.
okay. Which one do we want? We want GT2
Christ.
RS because these are here, right?
Sure, yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
This one. This one. Do we want the 4.0? Or is that the same as the?
It's the same one.
Okay. What about any of these other ones? Look interesting to you? Targa? No. No turbo. No turbo S.
No.
That's it. What's a Dakar?
I'll just buy yours. You have like 30 cars, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. What's
go.
a Dakar?
You want it?
No.
I'll take the bright line home.
Well, no, you guys could swap. You could take the Focus. You have two Focus
Oh
RSs.
my God, I could tie them together.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How many of those did they actually ship to the US? Do you know?
Ford Focuses?
The RSs.
I don't know. It's thousands. They're not limited production.
Fuck
they're,
you. They totally were limited
All
production.
right, let's go
They're
lowest
so
price.
wrong.
Price
like-
lowest.
guy,
They're
nor this
limited
guy.
to as many as they can make.
They were like,
All right, minimum year. What we talking here?
2017, 2018.
who are we buying a car for right now?
What's the minimum year?
2025.
2018?
25. Like, you know what? Like 2026. Do they have that?
Okay, what year?
It has to be.
What year?
I don't want a car that comes from a year where he could date my son. Okay, he was born
All
in
right, fine.
2011. Okay, I need-
21?
Yeah, give me.
or newer.
1964.
Just-
no,
What?
22. That's what. That's
I can't
why I did
imagine
it.
All right,
spending
22 is the refresh.
100
Everything after this is the same.
I'm spending $200,000 on a used car.
That's it. That's the best deal you're gonna get on a
Oh my
used
God.
one.
Would
On a
you
used
spend
one.
two? If you could buy a virgin girl for $300,000, would you pay $280,000
Steve.
for a girl fucked twice?
Look at this. This is your car right here. 511 miles. This is
Why?
this is your car. Look at it.
That's good. That's a good color.
Look at that. Look at that. That
Yeah.
It's got a big thing on the back.
And you can buy it right now.
you can walk away with
It
it.
has 500 miles. Okay?
It's like basically brand new.
Those might be 500 city miles though, rough miles.
Whoa.
Look at
Look
that.
at
I mean,
that steering
that's-
wheel. Oh,
yeah.
is that the nitrous oxide?
No, that's when your car catches on fire.
You know, it's
Yep.
not. That's only $4,400 a month.
That's actually pretty cheap.
That's pretty cheap.
that's not bad.
That's
at
a
all.
good deal.
Yeah.
That must be like a introductory rate.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's if you got the good credit, not YouTuber credit.
it looks fucking sick. I'll give you that.
It's a cool car. Yeah, it's manual.
This is everything you want, and it's in Miami, by the way.
The interior looks like ass.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You can change interiors to whatever you want.
Okay.
How much does that cost to do?
Actually, one of my good friends that's amazing with interiors. He's not too far from here, and he does. It would probably be 15, something like that. 15,
To like go to
100 or
like
1,000.
15 grand.
Okay.
to like do like a Mercedes tier interior,
Oh yeah. It's,
like a S65 interior.
yeah. I mean, you could. I mean, he's not. He's changing the materials and stuff on. Like,
Okay.
Changing colors, materials. Like if you want to do different color on the Alcantara or this, or you want to do
That might-
houndstooth. I don't know.
This is waiting for you, Steve, right now. This is how many miles away is this? Not many. I mean, it's within 30 miles.
Yeah.
This is just sitting here at a dealership.
and it has a carbon roof. That's
And a carbon fiber roof. That adds extra value.
it does.
Does it have carbon ceramic brakes? We don't.
Absolute- yes, it does.
We don't want that.
Absolutely, it
We
does.
don't want. That's too expensive
They
for the
are.
brake jobs.
They are. So
Doug, or who is it? Sam told me we don't like that. Sam Crack.
Sam Crack?
He says we don't like it when they have carbon ceramic brakes because that's expensive to replace.
Unfortunately, this caliber of car only comes with those brakes.
Damn it.
But the brakes, if you take care of them, the only thing you'll have to replace is pads. You'll never have to replace the rotors.
They always make me replace the rotors.
Yes.
I think they scam me. I don't believe them.
But if you have steel rotors, they bed into the rotor itself. With carbon ceramics, they'll only do that if you're running if you're running the pads real low, and then they start doing the metal scraping. If you fuck up the rotors on this, they're like $5-10 grand a piece.
Jesus.
But
that's
but
why. That's why Sam Crack doesn't like them.
Right, but Sam Crack doesn't like a lot of things.
Oh.
Ooh.
Sam's a friend. Stop it.
Okay, Sam.
all good.
Damn,
Yeah.
these are fighting
Yeah.
words. It's all right.
But carbon ceramics are fantastic, especially the new ones. Like I have plenty of cars with carbon ceramics, and we've never had any like real big issues.
I mean, it does look fucking cool.
I got put 6,000 miles on my GT3. It's fine.
What year is yours?
22.
It's this car.
It's this car, just purple. Yeah. I have aftermarket wheels on it.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to get rid of it?
No. I'm never getting rid of that car.
I mean, that should tell you something right there about how good of a car it is. He won't even sell it to you.
No.
Not even for YouTube
He
credit.
would sell it to me. If I really asked him.
I
Yeah, absolutely.
would.
would.
If
He was ready to take the Brightline. He was already looking up ticket times.
Okay.
I was. Yeah.
There's certainly some type of thing he could offer you, some sort of collab for your 3 million viewer thing, you know?
Oh, yeah, I'll record like a shout out video.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, can I do a link in the description?
yeah, it's like the world's worst trade, right? Like you get his Focus RS, and he tricks you, you know? You just walk away the same color, and you're like, hey, wait a second here.
It just talks too fast. Like I just gave him the title.
Yeah. That was the thing, you know, that's why they call them pink slips, because back in the day, titles were pink.
Yes.
Back in the day, aren't they still? My registration was pink.
No, titles.
In California, the registration pink? Or,
yeah,
or-
in California, the titles used to be pink. Not the registrations, the titles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if I take your registration, I don't own your fucking car.